Hello, folks. So I predicted that something big would happen on October 5th, and I was wrong. And so I'm here to explain what happened on that day that was tied into the ritual that I explained about in the previous video. So Trump, he went back to Butler and had a rally on that day, and 7 years from that date, on October 5th in 2017, he had stated that this was the calm before the storm in a picture that he was standing with a bunch of Marines or something under a picture of Abe Lincoln, who was assassinated. 7 years from October 5th, so October 5th, 2017, he said that. He posted a picture saying that. And then he went back to Butler where his assassination attempt was, and he brought Elon Musk with him. So I guess this is like a statement, a like in-your-face statement against the powers that he's fighting, the powers of darkness that he fights. And Elon Musk was fortifying his stance in Trump's administration. But the numbers here are interesting. I wanted to share with you this. So he had a moment of silence with a song, Ave Maria. He started the moment of silence at 6:12 and it went to 6:15. 6 times 12 is 72. 6 times 15 is 90. That's 972. That's another number that we were talking about a lot, if you don't recall. 162 times, in English and simple gematria is converted to English gematria by multiplying it by 6. So like if something is 162 in simple gematria, it's 972 in English gematria. So 6 times 12 is 72, 6 times 15 is 90. 90 plus 72 is 162. 72 times 90 is 6,480. 6 times 4 times 8 is 192. Hopefully you watched the previous video so you can understand the context of these numbers. 162 times 3 is 486. And 3 because of the 3 minutes. So those aren't the highlights. The highlights I'm getting to. It was 84 days, 10/5 where he went to Butler, was 84 days after his assassination attempt in Butler. 84 days is 2 months, 3 weeks, and 1 day. That's 132 backwards. Trump got shot equals 192. The Trump-Biden debate equals 192. So the shirt that Elon Musk wore, this is the interesting part. You got to look at the main takeaways that people get from an event, like what sticks in their minds, and it's those things that they're impactful. And so the numbers of those impactful aspects of an event are what's important. So the main takeaway from that whole event was the meme that Elon Musk is dark MAGA. So he wore a shirt that says "Occupy Mars." It's the same shirt he wore when he smoked a blunt with what's his name, the MMA fighter Joe Rogan, on the Joe Rogan's podcast. So you can't see what it says during the he was wearing an overcoat, and so the only visible letters were CCUARS, which kind of looks like a curse. And it says, but the full shirt says "Occupy Mars." Occupy Mars equals 134 in simple. And he said he's dark MAGA. Dark MAGA equals 134 in Hebrew. I only use 3 ciphers. I use Hebrew, English, and simple. Dark MAGA in simple is 56. And the only letters visible were CCUARS. CCUARS equals 65, 56 backwards. The rally happened 84 days after his assassination attempt there in Butler. And the English gematria value of Occupy Mars is 804. So there are some other interesting things. The show The Boys has a lot of predictive programming in it. If you don't know, you should check it out. Like during the whole assassination, the fourth season was coming out during the debate that killed Biden and the assassination attempt. And in the show, there's an assassination attempt, and it's there's a lot of politics, and they make the show like, you know, a year before, so like they must know that these events are going to be happening. There's proof. There's a lot of numbers that prove this, and I'll show you in a minute. But the only interesting thing I'm going to take away from this show is the shirt that the black guy wears. His name is Mother's Milk. It's a black shirt, and it says Dead Prez, Prez. Mother's Milk, that's his name, equals 143. Dead Prez equals 79. 79 equals 1434. And above the words Dead Prez, it shows the 7th hexagram from the I Ching. The I Ching is 64 hexagrams. They're little geometrical symbols that represent phases in life, aspects of various situations, and it's a way of prophesying that the ancient Chinese use. So it's the 7th hexagram in the 64 hexagrams shown on his shirt. And it's called the Army hexagram, or Shi. Army hexagram equals 134. Okay, just like Occupy Mars on Elon's black shirt equals 134, and Mother's Milk equals 143. Okay, and Shi, it's the Shi hexagram, so Shi equals 115, as in the election. Shi hexagram equals 726, as in reference to the 627 debate. Okay, now I'm going to show you an example how the predictive programming, it's proven to be like, it can't be by chance. Okay, so in the movie, what's it called? Space Cadet. Okay. At the end, the astronauts were trapped on the space station, and this movie came out July 4th. Okay, like a week after it was announced, like 2 weeks after the Boeing Starliner trapped astronauts were announced in the news, and they're still there, and they're supposed to be there until like January or February. So this will show you that was all planned, and that wasn't an accident. In the end of the movie, it shows she's at a bar. The girl who. Okay, let me try to. The girl, she tried to become an astronaut, but the basis for her being accepted was because of a false document that was falsified by her friend. Okay. And in the end, they found that out, and then they kicked her out of the program, and she wasn't able to become an astronaut. But in the end, she's at a bar. Bar equals 126. And she sees on the news screen her astronaut friends trapped in the space station. There are 2 headlines on the news on the TV screen in the bar. The headlines are astronauts trapped and space station damaged. Okay, remember bar is 126. So astronauts trapped equals 1062. Space station damaged equals 1062. The man making the announcement on the TV from NASA is Rudolph Bolton, which equals 1032. NASA equals 132. Okay, the girl's name in the movie is Rex, which equals 47. The movie came out on 7/4. Rex means king. It's about her being a space cadet. There's a reference to the president, Joe Biden, in the movie. The lady is like her name is Kellogg, which is a reference to Unfrosted. And she makes a joke about how the president is Joe Jonas. Like acting like, she's forgetful or stupid, which is a reference to how the president is a space cadet. The president is the king. The main girl's name in this is Rex. And it's called Space Cadet. It's a reference to our space cadet, President Joe Biden. Okay? Very interesting stuff. Hopefully you're following. So the document that her friend falsified to get her into the lie that got her into the program, just like how we were lied to about Biden's mental health to get him into the presidency. So the document had a big number on top. It was 192828, just like the numbers from Unfrosted. I'll do that license plate for some other day so you can see the similarities. But anyway, that's an example of how they made this movie a year before or whatever, and they couldn't have known that astronauts were going to be trapped on a space station because the numbers they're too perfect, and that's not by chance. This happens too often in movies for it to happen by chance. Just like in the show the new episode just came out this Sunday of the Penguin. There was a huge flood a dam broke and there was a flood in Gotham. That came out this Sunday, the Sunday after the flood in North Carolina. This just happens too many times for it to be coincidence. Just like the assassination attempt in The Boys during the assassination attempt on Trump in real life. These events are planned and not by accident. I think that's all I'm going to put in this video. I'll try to make another one for you guys soon. There's more stuff I'd love to share. Hope you follow, and now remember to seek the light, seek clarity, seek truth, and seek it with love.